All right, we're going old school in that we're doing a live video late at night, something that I haven't done in a while, and honestly, probably because viewership is usually higher for live viewership in the earlier in the day. But I thought it'd be fun just to do something kind of small and short and sweet. So I wanted to talk about a couple things, and I wanted to get into like a little bit of kind of, this is a primer really, to collecting kind of classic cinema, classic films. So you're going to see a little bit of a sneak peek of stuff that'll probably be an upcoming film noir video here, as well as some other little neat things that may not have fit into some other videos that I'm doing, but I kind of wanted to get them out there. So we'll start this tonight, and we'll see if anybody pops in, see if any of the movie club comes in here tonight. Oh, right away. B Movie Archives, welcome. So today we went out to get like actually some of my birthday stuff. Hey, Doug's World, welcome. We're talking classic cinema, and so I have no idea what I'm getting this year for my birthday. I asked her for a couple things, like I said, you know, choose between this and this. And today she said, your birthday is going to be epic. So I'm very, very curious. Hey, Andy, how's it going? So I thought tonight, to start it out, we can go wherever afterwards. But what I'll do is I'm going to show you some of my more classic stuff, some stuff that I really like, kind of almost like comfort food. Hey. And I think I'll start with the film noir. So basically, here's sets that I do strongly recommend, and that I do have to strongly recommend. And if you can get these would be great for when we talk about film noir, because we're going to be doing a film noir like talk in the near future. Now these were put up by Columbia House, and they're called the Collector's Choice series. There's a few of these. I've only got the first two though, and I thought I'd show those. I knew you would. You picked some great stuff. I'm actually, as I'm thinking about like what I'm going to get now, what I'm going to get in the next year to year and a half, I'm actually starting to think about the future, about my cinema watching in the future, and how I want to take it. And I know that I'm going to be getting like a few Criterion in the next year, so I'm going to be saving to get for the Criterion sales. I'm going to actually be participating in those again. And the Vinegar Syndrome, they seem like two very different types of films, but Vinegar Syndrome and Criterion are two of the companies that I'm going to be looking strongly into over the next year to year and a half, because aside from watching films because I like films and talking about them on here, for me, film's a passion. I study. And Criterion is a great place to, great way, and Vinegar Syndrome also, which is Criterion of a different style of film. It's a great way to actually study films, and not just to watch them for leisure, but actually to study them in the way that they're done. And you're actually correct. Samsung has stopped. I had heard originally that Samsung had just stopped making 4K players, but it turns out that Samsung is not doing any physical media players, no Blu-ray players at all. It's sad to see that happen, unfortunately. And you know, there's a few things that have been like, you'll see like coming on Twitter now, and you know, my channel's movie related, so I kind of talk about the movie related stuff when it comes to that. It's sad to see Samsung go, but there are a lot of other companies that do this. I think it's pretty short-sighted of Samsung to actually get out of this. But you know, I don't think so. I think that this might be the end of Samsung's like journey into physical media at this point, but I don't think physical media is going anywhere in the near future. It's been a long time since I've seen the Lady Snowblow ones. I've got the old school edition. Maybe I'll show you that afterwards. But film noir sets that I do recommend. And if you like your Criterion stuff, B Movie Archives, if you guys like film noir, you might want to grab this one. So this is the Film Noir Classics Volume 1, and you can see Martin Scorsese, Michael Mann, and Christopher Nolan's name on this. As you know, Christopher Nolan's a huge film noir fan. And well, I'll show you afterwards. Have I seen Lost Boys? Yeah, I loved Lost Boys, actually. It's not my favorite vampire film from that time period. My favorite is still Fright. I like Lost Boys. It was a really fun film. It had some great music. I love the Doors, and so that was like that was a big thing for me when it came to that. I love the Lost Boys soundtrack. Now, if you are into film noir, there's some great ones on here. The big heat is Glenn Ford, and probably one of my favorites, actually, one of my favorite films. There's Five Against the House. You've yet to watch The Last Boys? The Lineup, Murder by Contract, and The Sniper. So there's some really good things on here. Ones that I would strongly recommend. And there's not like a ton of features on here. Stuff like this, like the Collector's Choice and something like the Sony Classic lineup. I see some of that, especially the Sony lineup, being like taken by Indicator and like them like doing taking the DVDs and like really doing a great job with it. They did it apparently with the Boddicker set, and they did it with the Samuel Fuller one as well. Like I have like the original Samuel Fuller set, and I totally want the new Indicator one. It is a million times better than the one that I got. I see a conversation about Lost Boys going on there, and I've seen the sequels, but honestly, I only really remember the first. I don't remember anything about them. I know there's a TV series coming out, and I'll be interested to see how that goes. There's putting out TV shows of a lot of these things now, and apparently the person I don't know, somebody did Twilight is directing what the pilot episode or something like that. But I guess they directed other things, but Twilight, so we can't really knock it, I guess, until we see it when it comes to that. I really don't know. But the movies, I did like the original film. I don't remember the sequels at all, I'll be honest with you. Hey, right on. John, I just watched Wacko tonight because, as you know, you're aware now through the Twitter machine, Wacko is one of the movies that I'm going to be talking about on Just the Discs, which should drop next month. We're going to be hopefully taping that sometime next week. Hey, Jesse. 2 seconds. I kind of want to watch it now, actually, just because it really sucks bad, and I watch a lot of bad stuff. Yeah, actually, it's really good. I watched the first film. Yeah, I love the whole It's Alive trilogy. I did watch the first film in the It's Alive set, and it's the features fantastic. One thing I will say, John, is that Wacko is out there, so it's got a great cast. I don't want to talk about it too much now because I am going to be talking about it on the podcast, but you can probably skip over the cinematographer's interview. Yeah, and you're not going to miss much. Just putting that out there. Okay, so there's a second one in the Film Noir Classic set. I've only got the first two. What I think of Critters, the new binge. I'm really excited about that. Was asked to review the Critters, the movies that are out now. I do have the box set from Scream Factory. So I will be diving into the Critters box set, which has not just the films, but has some pretty extensive behind the scenes, like documentaries for all of the films. And I got to get the Blood Simple one. That's actually on my list. What's my thought on the new Avengers trailer? It looks pretty awesome. Is there anybody, let's be honest, that doesn't want to see the Avengers Endgame? I mean, if you're not really into superhero movies, maybe you won't, but it's a culmination. Like, there's a whole era of like people that have watched film, or people that have grown up with this. I'm obviously older. I didn't grow up with the Marvel, with the MCU. Hey, Culture Tree, how's it going, man? But this is a culmination of like this is it. This is the big thing. The only thing as important as Endgame, when you're thinking about it, is that after Endgame, because the big arc, this whole big arc, this whole Thanos thing, the Infinity Gauntlet, that's coming to an end, and some of the actors definitely coming to an end. Actually, I think it's good not to show us too much, and I like the fact that what the new trailer did was kind of harken back and show us some stuff from before, and but still give kind of a narrative to see where it was going. It's going to be interesting to see what happens after Endgame, to see how far Kevin Feige really does have it planned out, and and how it's going to work. It's like after 2 here. Black and white flashbacks were super cool. And because this is classics, I got to get it in here. Film Noir Classics Volume 2. Definitely recommend it. The Brothers Reek was actually really good. Human Desires, City of Fears, fantastic. Nightfall, and of course Pushover. And you'll recognize this guy here, Fred MacMurray, from a fantastic film called Double Indemnity, one of the great film noirs. When you're if you ever watched, if you're into classics, I don't know. I've read a few comments on the, I read a few comments there as I was going through on the Critters series, and I'm looking forward to seeing that. Oh yeah, well, not anymore. We change our clocks, but everything's like, on your phone and stuff now, so it just changes itself. But we went ahead 1 hour, so we lost an hour's sleep. I was actually in Newfoundland when the time changed. I wanted to show these two because I really do like the way these are done. They're done like books, and I think it's kind of cool. And these are both 2 films that I think should be in everybody's collection, by the way. And one is to Gregory Peck's and To Kill a Mockingbird. I really, really love the way this looks. I gotta try and get this open. It has like the bonus features. What really annoys me is there's a security tab on this one here, right? But the security tab, which you normally take off right when you get it, is inside of the plastic. How in the blue hell? Yeah, it is definitely a fantastic game. It's got some great features on this one too. There's even a second disc with like a conversation with Gregory Peck. You got to read the sequel to To Kill a Mockingbird. You mean the book? A long, long time ago. Yeah, there should definitely be a way to pop the plastic off. But I'd be worried about hurting it, because it does look like it's kind of fused in, you know? John, if you look at the... I'm guessing you got a few of these yourself, man. These are the type that I would find, like, usually at like an HMV, or sometimes if you go to like one of those like kind of clearance places, like a Rossi's or something like that, and you look into their bins, you know, their $9.99 films, their $5.99 films. You usually find every once in a while stuff like this, and this is, I think, the one that everybody. I kind of do want them to remake the X-Men. I mean, like the original X-Men film in the theater, I remember watching it, was extremely good. But there was, that being said, there was a lot that can easily be fixed with the X-Men. I know they're going to have to remake it because they've already started the remake phase of that one. Show my Lois and Clark DVDs. They're in the other room. But yes, I do have them. I got all 4 seasons of Lois and Clark. How did you know that? Did I show them off before? Or do you just know that I'm a huge Superman fan? I've got Lois and Clark and The Adventures of Superman. I got the only physical season to come out from the Superboy, the Salkin series. Yeah. So yeah, I'm a huge Superman fan. Though I related more to Lex Luthor. Does that say bad things about me? I did actually. I really did, like, especially when it comes to Smallville. Double Indemnity. I mentioned it. Again, this is the book edition. Great set. What's really cool about this one here is it's got the kind of like the TV film came out in like 1973, right? 73. Yep, 73, with Richard Crenna, and it's do you think Green Book's gonna be any good? I was kind of iffy on it. I like the leads in the film, but it never really stood out to me. But you know, that's just me. It may be a fantastic film. They won awards, right? I didn't watch the Oscars, so I can't do that anymore. I can't do the Oscars anymore. Black Klansman, I've heard, is really good, and actually, Black Klansman is something that is kind of my style of film, and I do like Spike Lee, so that'll be good that way. What's really cool about this one here, and it kind of makes me sad, is I'm a huge TCM fan, like Turner Classic Movies, and there's an introduction. Oh, actually, yes, I do. Our character's name is X2. X2, I think. I think it's X2. Is it X2? Something like that. But yeah, she rocked in the last film, and I'm not sure if we'll see her or we'll see like a grown-up version of her, but she's actually a really big, important part of the universe. X-23. Thank you. But yeah, definitely cool one. Robert Osborne does the introduction for this, is what I was trying to say. And Robert Osborne, unfortunately, has passed away. He was like the face of Turner Classic Movies. Anytime you think of Turner Classic Movies, you've been watching it for a while, you think of Robert Osborne and kind of like that, kind of like smart but nice demeanor that he had. Touch of Evil is your favorite noir classic. That's a good film. Not my favorite, but a great film. The new Pet Sematary looks fantastic. I like the twist. I do. Some people don't. I do. Now, just to show that these aren't going to be like film noir, I did want to do that. I actually got a very different one, which R.G. Robinson's Double Indemnity. Oh God, yes, he is actually. I always have to think. Well, I know he is, but I always have to think. Is Ben Guy the main host on TCM? Oh, Ben Mankiewicz. Actually, yeah, he's got a serious. Well, he's a Mankiewicz. So he has a serious like film cred. For a long time, it was Robert Osborne and Ben Mankiewicz would be used for like a lot of, for lack of a better word, maybe a little bit hipper, more cultish style films. Robert Osborne would be used a lot for more of the classic, the older films. Actually, yes, I do. I don't have Hulu. Unfortunately, we don't have it here yet in Canada. I did have it for a while through nefarious purposes, but unfortunately, I don't have it anymore. I've moved since then. What I do have though is I've got an Apple TV, I have an Amazon Fire Stick, and I have a Roku. I have those for when I'm basically sick in bed and I can't get to the player. What I am going to do in the near future video, I'm not sure if you saw it on my Instagram or not, but I'm going to be doing a Apple versus Roku versus Netflix versus Amazon video. Hey, or DVD Devil, how's it going? Noir Saturdays, and TCM Underground is fantastic. Now, a lot of the TCM Underground stuff that kind of started with Rob Zombie. Actually, he did like a kind of a cult thing on TCM Underground, where he would kind of like create movies. Am I excited with Zombieland 2? Honestly, I'm not excited about it. I'm glad it's coming out. I'm trepidatious. TCM in the UK, but it's just movies, no intros or anything. That sucks. I'm glad you got the classic films, but the intros are really cool. They're really actually kind of interesting. It's kind of neat. Butcher Baker Nightmare Maker on TCM a month ago. That's a different film. You saw that on TCM. Damn it. I wish I would have taped that. Hopefully it'll come on again. It usually comes on through the, that was the underground one. Yo, Dayton, how's it going, man? we're talking classic cinema here, and it's, I guess, open question on movies time too, which I kind of like. So I'm getting a lot more questions than I normally do, and I really like this. Classic cinema, and I want to see if anybody knows this, because I used to watch this with my grandparents, so it's got like a warm, fuzzy place in my heart, right? And this is the yes, I love Tremors. I even like the series, the TV series that came out for a while. That's the only one I don't have, actually. And I'm really upset that they didn't do the Kevin Bacon series, just to let you know. Mom Pa Kettle, complete comedy collection. I grew up with, well, not with these, I'm not old enough, but I grew up watching these on Sundays. It would come on Sundays. See, you don't really need to watch cable. That's the thing. I don't think streaming is ever going to take the place of, actually I got Nightmare Honeymoon, like, set the tape. Is ever going to take the place of, like, of physical media. I do, however, think that streaming can easily take the place of cable television. And I do think that's the way that it's going. I wanted that series, man. And it looked really good when they showed the trailer. As anybody here, probably not, but anybody here besides me watched the Mom Pa Kettle films growing up, or saw them when you're younger. The original one, they were only actually secondary characters, and it was called The Egg and I. And it was actually they just kind of stood out in kind of, they were like the background, the next door neighbor, the Hicks, the hillbilly characters. And they were so, people liked them so much that he actually went on and they made like 9 more films of Mom Pa Kettle. Most of them actually star the same ones, but Went to Be Doubters a long time ago. It's really cool. It's fun. It's like before like Beverly Hillbillies or any of that type of stuff. It's really funny and cheesy. Like you got like Mom Pa Kettle go to town, at the farm, at the fair, on vacation. Miss Monthly Bills. The Kettles in the Ozarks, stuff like that. The Ozarks, yeah, right on. They can like launder money. But no, this is a really nice set. These franchise sets actually are pretty good. This is one of the heftier ones. And so you get a unwatched YouTube and your Blu-rays. Oh, nice. See, the thing with me watching classic movie channels is that I'm glad somebody watched it. Is that it always makes me buy more classic films. See, I'm never the type of person where a streaming service like Shudder, which I really like, or any of that stuff, or like watching Turner Classic Movies, is ever gonna make me like buy. Oh, I don't need to buy movies. No, they're streaming. No, for me, what it means is, oh, they're streaming. I'm probably gonna want to go out and buy these movies after watching them, and it happens most of the time. That's how it is for me. If I see if I'm like watching like a pre-code like marathon or a mystery marathon on TCM or something like that, I immediately want to go out and get the films so that I got them, because I can't, your favorite Psychos? That's not my favorite, but you know what? You're one of the few people that I know that actually gives super credit to that, and I really like that. Neat. But the Nightbreed one, God, that obviously I bought Nightbreed, but yeah, Psycho 4 is a bomb. Actually, I really like it, and it's a TV film too, actually. But for some, that video keeps popping up. It was one of my most viewed videos, like of the early stuff. Hey, Scholar. Yeah, I get angry like comments from people about that video, even though if they watch any more of my videos, they actually know I do like Nightbreed, and I got it. But that's an old video. Ash versus Evil Dead. You don't get that anymore because Ash is retired. He's Bruce Campbell's retired the character of Ash, and I really don't want to see anybody else play the role. So I guess 3 seasons. We're gonna be good with 3 seasons of that. But at least we got to see Ash come back and kick butt for a while. That's always a good thing. One of my favorite old-time actresses. Takes that. Yeah, that's the thing with me. It takes me longer to. Sometimes I get tired waiting. Paul Rudd to play Ash. He could. I don't know if I'm not sure if I want to see any other Ash though. But you're right. That is a really good casting choice. I'm a big fan of the Psycho sequels. I like Part 2 a lot. I think Richard Franklin did a great job with it, and Part 3 is super awesome, sleazy slasher film, and Part 4 just is, it rocks. It was Bates Motel before Bates Motel came out, and of course there's Bates Motel, the TV pilot, before the TV series with Boyd Court. So this one actually has some great films in it, which I will quickly go over. There's a Hammer film here for all you Hammer aficionados, which is The Nanny with Bette Davis. We got the classic. Hey, Kubrick lover, man, how's it going? Evil Dead is considered classic cinema now, man. You know, sadly true. English Kingdom with dancing chop outfits. What is that film? Hush Hush Sweet Charlotte. See, this is one of my favorite movies. Talk about chopping off heads. I actually really love this film here. I'm a huge Olivia de Havilland fan. Captain Blood is one of my favorite movies growing up. And speaking of the classic ones, we got like Joan Collins and Bette Davis together in The Virgin Queen. I think the remake is a nice experiment in filmmaking. I don't think it's a good film, but I think it's an experiment in filmmaking. You and Bondage is a fantastic film. I got that one on Blu-ray actually. You do need to watch Hush Hush Sweet Charlotte, Jesse. It's really good. And here's one that I haven't seen in a while, and that is Phone Call from a Stranger. I really got to watch this one. I really don't even remember what this one's about right now, but it looks enigmatic, and I know I've seen it a long time ago. And of course, the classic with Anne Baxter and George Sanders, All About Eve. I love the Star Wars films. Actually, I'm not big on prequels, but I like the other ones. How many Criterions do I have in my collection? I'm going to do a Criterion video actually fairly soon. Not as many as I want. But tell you what, I'm going to do a new Criterion video actually in upcoming, because basically on what I got and ones that I want. So that's my cop-out answer, because I really don't know, but I'll find out. Just because I don't know doesn't mean I can't find out. What is hagsploitation? I'm seriously asking that. All right. So next up is a set of films that I really, really dig. So there's 5 sets in the Fox series here, with 2 different actors playing the role. It had some great features on them. They're classic films. Actually, at one point I was going to review the whole series, but at the time I didn't have a lot of viewership, and not many people watched the reviews, and I spent a lot of time doing them up. I actually had bullet points and everything and all that type of stuff in. Anyway, that didn't work out. Different time for my channel. So that is Charlie Chan Collection. I'm a huge Charlie Chan fan. Well, some favorite cartoons. So I mentioned about I missed the cartoon part. What's your favorite cartoon? Because I want to know. And this is Warner Oland, of course, who played Charlie Chan in for the first few films. Cubic Lover. I'm going to guess you're probably a fan, right? And of course, he's in the original Werewolf movie. So he's the bad guy. Shh. Oh, sorry, Jesse. Missing the point. Actually, no, I don't have a new microphone. Actually, what happened is that the puffy piece on my mic actually fell. Do I like snuff? Oh, Dekatan. I totally read that wrong. I haven't seen Snuff in ages. I remember it being kind of cheesy. It basically Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo's the bomb. Snuff is one of those movies that I've seen a long time ago, and I think it, if I'm right, if I remember it correctly, it kind of like sailed on its name a lot, but it's been a while. I actually have the Popeyes on DVDs, but I will pick them up on Blu-ray down the road. My favorite movie that has the kind of like the snuff film thing in it is Mute Witness. If that's more of the one that I like. And of course, 8mm. But yeah, Cubic Level. I really recommend checking these out. There's some really good stuff in here. Great features on these sets as well, and the covers on the discs, especially on some of them, are super gorgeous. That's why you hate murder. See, that's what I love about murderers. I grew up reading like Agatha Christie, and a lot of the like Edgar Wallace and stuff like that, or Ed McBain, that type of thing. Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer. This is an odd conversation topic. Which movies that had like fake snuff in it? But I think I was originally being asked about the movie Snuff, which was actually a kind of a cheesy, like earlier, like kind of an 80s film, I think. What I didn't like with Scooby-Doo is I love Scooby-Doo, and what I didn't like is when the monsters became real. I was not a fan of like when they're ripping off the mask and they were like, look, it's Old Man Wilson. I was behind that. I love that. I love the mystery aspect of it. I didn't like it when it turned out to be like real monsters and kind of like cheesier stuff. I have all the volumes. You can probably skip the sequel from a Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer. There is a sequel. Well, I'm not even joking. That's actually a thing. And this is the second one with Warner Oland. There are 5 altogether. We have a third Warner Oland volume. And this has some neat stuff on it. This one here has, I think this one has the one with Boris Karloff, because Boris Karloff did like one of these films. I think I lost you guys for a bit on the Charlie Chan stuff, but really, you guys, you should watch this. This stuff is awesome. And the guy that took over was Sidney Tolier. And Sidney Tolier was probably the better known Charlie Chan, mostly because after he played the role, after Fox, you know, he did them in these many Fox films. After Fox decided they weren't going to do the Charlie Chan films anymore, Sidney Tolier was very protective of the Chan character, and was really, really into to playing the role. So he actually went out and kind of like, he got the rights to make his own like Charlie Chan films after that. No, I do not find Scooby-Doo and Zombie Island scarier than the other. I do recommend those Popeye cartoons, by the way. That were mentioned earlier. Bloody hell. All right, I have 2 more Chan to show you. So this one is from the UK, and this is the Chanthology, which were ones that came out like when I said that Sidney Tolier did his own. It's they're all pretty much a lot of them are here. Now this one though I think this one may have one of the other actor as well. No, these are the Tolier ones. So these were the ones that came out after, like the Fox ones on when he did his own. There's no more #1 Son in these here. For people that like actually are the Saunders Saint movies actually I like them. I thought they're pretty good. They're definitely worth picking up. Did he do the Falcon too, or was that like his brother Tim Conway? You got to see Charlie Chan, Jesse. It's really cool. Now this one here is the later one, and what's really cool is This only has one Toller film, but what it has is Roland Winters. And that would be the third kind of actor, big actor to play the role of Charlie Chan. Now, one thing you should know is that Roland Winters, none of these actors, not Warner Oland or Sidney Toller or Roland Winters, none of these people, if their names don't sound like they're Asian, it's because they're not. But it's never more obvious than with Roland Winters. You should get him 13th Wolfman, and welcome, dude. This was a hard set for me to find. I found this in. Am I excited for Rambo: Last Blood? Yeah, that one I am excited for. I'm hoping it's going to be good anyway. I hope it's not going to be just Amazing Chan and the Chan Clan. Yeah, that's probably the only time that you're getting Charlie Chan actually voiced by an Asian actor. This is the guy that played the #1 son throughout the most of the movies. Yeah, actually, I did like the Chan Clan. It was fun, and if you're Asian detectives, if you want more of an action-oriented one, as opposed to like I got most of the Rathbones, but I don't have them all actually. There's ones that I still need to get. If you're leaning more towards action-oriented like style, but you kind of like the Charlie Chan stuff, but you want a little bit more action than drawing room mystery, then you get Mr. Moto. Now this is a character that I really thought should have been like and I still think is a character that should be rebooted. Could really work today. Mr. Moto is played by Peter Lorre. Why are you being a pain, dude? Not at all. There's like always a million topics going on here at once, and I kind of love that. On Blu-ray, actually, it's out from. Do you live in North America? Because if you live in North America, oh, well, like the off-the-topic stuff, then I would suggest like the Scream Factory put it out. So I'd say Amazon CA or Amazon.com. It actually should be fairly inexpensive to get, and not a lot of features on it, but they didn't put a lot of features on part 2 or 3 either. But it's out there to get, and it's a really good Blu-ray. So box set for $15 on Amazon, or you can get it like that. But I do like the Scream Factory one because you get them all and get the features. Yeah, well, they put out part 4. The one that for years Cliff McMillan was saying that would never be put out by them, but they eventually put it out around the same time that they put out the remake. Why go for this set when you can get the one with the... Well, but yeah, but there's a lot of good Asian actors now that could actually play the role. Like this was a different time. I mean, like back then, we had... But now, like, think, you could get Jackie Chan or someone. Like, in all seriousness, like, Mr. Moto is kind of like a more action-oriented character. So, you could kind of do that. You get like someone like a Jackie Chan or something like that to do it, or a Donnie Yen. No, why no Jackie Chan? You're not a Jackie Chan fan? You could do Mr. Moto. Wouldn't be my first choice, but you could do it. A couple other in the film noir line that I do like, and that is these 2 sets here. I really like these actually. Never impressed you as an actor? Yeah, actually, it's a pretty intense one. I don't think Jerry Lewis wanted to see that movie. Wanted that movie to see the light of day. To be honest with you, it wasn't one that he ever wanted to get out there. But it's an intense film. Bad Girls of Film Noir. There's actually 2 sets of these. Oh, Night B Movie Archives. Hope my Charlie Chan and Noir didn't just like knock you out. But definitely recommend these guys if you haven't seen them. Have I seen Grease 2? Let me tell you something, Ashley. I am a huge Grease 2 fan. My dad makes fun of me for it, actually, but I am a huge fan of Grease 2. It's got a great cast. We got Adrian Zmed, Christian McDonald's is in Grease too. Nice. There's of course Maxwell Caulfield. I don't own the Marilyn Monroe collection. I wish I did actually. I don't have enough Marilyn Monroe. I think you got Niagara, and that's it. Niagara's one of my favorite films. Michelle Pfeiffer, yeah, and of course, God, what's her name now? It's yeah, I love Grease too. See, not even guilty pleasures me. I legitimately love that film, and no word of a lie, I know every actor and every song like word for word with that film. I'm not gonna lie to you. Didi Con's in both of them, but I'm actually thinking of the girl that played no, not played. That was the sister of Judy Garland in real life. She actually wrote this like film, a TV film about her mother actually. Not sister, the mother. Judy Garland's mother. Thin Man films. I would love to own them again. I used to have them back in the day, and but I'm not singing Judy. I can't sing, Jesse. Lorna Luft, thank you. I had a really big crush on Lorna Luft. I know, but you know, I know Grease too. I know the characters. I know Let's Bull. You know, Dolores, nicknamed Woodchuck. She hates that. I actually do. I don't have it. You know, I don't have Grease 2 in my collection. I used to have it on VHS back in the day, but they came out on Blu-ray recently. It's a Thin Man from the Bob Dylan. So no, Thin Man's way before that. The Thin Man is a Dashiell Hammett character, if I remember correctly. It's sad what happened to Judy Garland because she was so talented, man. Steve Urkel. Not sure if your brother's gonna like that. Pre-code, by the way. If you're collecting classic cinema, you got to dip your toes into the pre-code thing. William Pell and Myrna Loy, and they worked so well together. One of the Thin Man movies has a certain classic actor known mostly for good guy roles playing the bad guy, the killer, in the film. Night Reality, thank you so much for coming in. This was going to be a shorter video, and it probably still is. But I really enjoyed this because, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. He hated the fact that he played the bad guy, but he did such a good job of it. They're drinking all the time. Pre-code. This is a great one, actually. Pre-code Hollywood collection. This is a Universal one. And what's neat is it doesn't just stick with like one. It's got like musicals here. It was an early film from him, but he did a good job in it, really. Yes, but like nice. The cheats on this with Tallulah Bankhead and Merrily We Go. It's got Merrily We Go to Hell, actually. Frederick Martin, Sylvia Sidney. We got Hot Saturday with Cary Grant and Randolph Scott. I'm a huge Randolph Scott fan. Yeah, I love his westerns. Torch Singer with Claudette Colbert. Murder at the Vanities, which is a musical, kind of a sexy musical type one. And Search for Beauty, which has Buster Crabbe and Udo Lupino. Yeah, actually, I do. I've got that ringer here somewhere. Gray, actually, Gray is one of the OGs. I'm pretty sure me and him traded a movie back in the day, actually. Lorna Luft, that's one I really like. Lorna Luft, and she actually wrote when you see that like Judy Garland like film that came on you know, like it was HBO or some channel, that was Lorna Luft. That's based on the book I think that she wrote. These are two that are pre-code. You got to have them in your collection, hands down. I'm pretty sure 13 Wolfman for sure will have these, and I'm pretty sure more than likely if Brian's got them too. Yeah. So Kubrick lovers, I'm pretty sure you'll have these in your collection. And that is the Forbidden Hollywood. This is volume 2. This is definitely one of the best volumes. I love Valley of the Dolls. It's different. Yeah. Remember back in the day. So we got The Divorcee on here, Free Soul, Female, Night Nurse, and my favorite, 3 on a Match. I'm a huge fan. Excellent. I see. I knew you'd have it. Three in a Match is one of my favorite films. I saw it when I was really young, and actually, I don't know. I've seen them, but I don't remember them. The Abraham Lincoln ones. They're kind of like the God, what is it? Kind of the low budget straight to DVD ones, right? If you've never seen Three in a Match, please see it. What's really good on this one, and 13th Wolfman knows this, is there's the documentary on Pre-Code cinema. So if you're starting to collect Pre-Code and you've never collected it before, you start with this volume right here, volume 2. Not volume 1, but volume 2. It has a great documentary on Pre-Code films, and you'll be hooked. You'll be addicted, and you'll buy them. You'll be lots of Pre-Code. But once you get that one, you get that documentary, then you're going to realize that there's a fantastic director in that era by the name of William Wellman, and you're going to want some of his stuff. And this one here has Other Men's Money, The Preacher's, what's that called? The Purchase Price, Frisco Jenny, Midnight Mary, Heroes for Sale, Wild Boys on the Road, and two, not one, but count them, two full-length, hour-and-a-half long documentaries on William Wellman. And I really recommend it. Do you have this one, 13th Wolfman? I'm guessing you do. Oh, oh yeah, and it was the low-budget one. The Mockbusters. Mockbusters are fun. Yeah, Murdersville. If you're a fan of William Wellman, definitely pick up this one if you don't have it. There are two documentaries. There's the Wild Bill Hollywood Maverick and The Men Who Made the Movies, William A. Wellman. So, two documentaries there on that one. And here's like just another kind of a cool, like lesser known kind of a film noir gangster box set that I don't see a lot of people showing. That I kind of dig. And this one here is the Gangsters, Guns, and Floozies. Oh man, I'm very jealous, Cubic Lover, of that Japan trip. That's awesome, and that's like it's a once in a lifetime type of thing. Go all in on that, man. That's amazing. And I probably got a few of those like movies by William Wellman Jr. here actually. So this is Pretty Boy Floyd, and Peter Fox in this, right? Yeah, perfect. Okay, yeah, Young Columbo. You reviewed all William. See, I think about doing reviews, but right now a little bit scattershot for reviews. So I prefer to do interactive. 13th Wolfman, he can do reviews. He does good reviews. Cubic Lever, I know how you feel right now. I'm in the unemployed portion of it. So unfortunately, I do. Actually, no, I bought my Critter set like my better half bought it for me at Sunrise Records. I usually don't buy things from Scream Factory. Haven't had any really good sales in a long time. We got I, Mobster here. And one movie that I'm going to show you is actually a legit, like what I consider a noir classic. And we'll get to that one in a second, actually. And this one has John Ireland and Claire Trevor and Raymond Burr in it. And that's a raw deal. I recommend, if you don't have a Cubic Lever, I really do recommend the box set that came out from Scream Factory, the Critters box set. It is amazingly good. It's really, really good. The features on it are incredible. And this one here, really going by Dennis O'Keefe and June Lock, and that is T-Men. And if you've never seen T-Men, this is actually a really good film. What is I, Mobster about? It's about a vampire. No. Okay, here, let me actually read you the thing. From prolific director Roger Corman. I, Mobster is a gritty, hard-boiled story of small-time racketeers who steal, lie, cheat. Oh, actually, oh no, actually, I'm not. I may have missed some of your comments, but no, I'm not offended. What was it that I'd be offended by? No. I've been buying movies. Oh, God, no. Oh, heck no. Uh, Actually, it's exclusive, Jesse, to Shutter right now. So until it comes out as gets a physical release, Shutter is actually that's the first documentary that they made uh, directly for their channel. They've bought movies before and had them as exclusives. Uh, oh, dude, save the money for Japan. Honestly, that Hey, hoax. That's true. There has been like some issues with a few. Well, with a few of like the. I think I get in trouble just with a few of the Scream Factories, but there's some good stuff. And with that being said, we got the classic part of the way, which was a nice way to start this. So let's talk about a couple things that are going on in film right now. If you never saw it, you guys know I'm a Vinegar Syndrome guy. I'll say, I have all this. You realize actually I've got all the Scooby-Doo, right? I'm actually a huge Scooby-Doo fan. Did I join the crowdfunding of In Search of Darkness? I'm going to. I haven't yet. It looks really amazing, and as some of the YouTubers that I actually watch on there, I'm pretty sure. I know that Brandon mentioned it, and did Kent Woofley mention that as well? Two very talented guys, by the way. But yeah, Vinegar Syndrome. They dropped their latest newsletter. 2 months to the next big sale, which is halfway to Black Friday sale. So just to put you guys on, it really should actually. The April lineup, Jesse, is really good for Vinegar Syndrome. So Vinegar Syndrome will be premiering a new website really soon. Grandmother's House is gonna be awesome. Good old Brink Stevens, right? That's one that I've been wanting to see come out for ages, and I was super excited that it came out. That is coming out. The April lineup is really, really good. I actually spoke. I was on Twitter. That's a good idea. I mean, like, streaming is you stream it now, you save some money, you go to Japan, and when you come back, just keep a record of the stuff that you say. Okay, this is a movie that I want I want to own down the road, which is what I do. You can't always I would love to say I can go out and buy things. There's people that get stuff sent to them. They can go buy things all the time. I'm not one of those people. I'm out there. See, you found a movie here, Ashley. That was a good thing. But yeah, so Vinegar Syndrome is launching a new website soon. They've actually worked on their shipping as well in Canada, so the shipping in Canada is actually going to be a lot cheaper. That's actually good. I really should start doing that because you guys are always mentioning movies to me, and I'm always trying to keep a mental note. But this head here, a mental note is going not so good, right? So Vinegar Syndrome is starting a new website. They're lowering the price on their shipping in Canada, so that's going to be a really big thing. And Last House on Dead End Street. That's Vinegar Syndrome still haven't done that one yet, have they? You can find a copy, on Corruption, but that's an an unremastered copy. But yeah, the Vinegar Syndrome sale is in 2 months. So anybody that's interested in buying Vinegar Syndrome stuff, in 2 months it's going to be the big sale. So stuff that you missed out on before the sale. What I'll normally do is I'll come on here and I'll go through my Vinegar Syndrome stuff, and I'll go through my want list as well, and with you guys here, and that way we can actually decide what some of the stuff that we want to get. Some releases Star 80. Oh, I love Star 80, but it always depresses me because it's how much will it be for the Vinegar Syndrome stuff? A lot of their stuff usually, except like the stuff done in the last 2 months or so, usually goes on around like 50% or more. Usually around 50% at least. That's the that's the way that they normally do it. Now, this wood sale is going to be a little bit different because if you've been collecting Vinegar Syndrome stuff before, and like especially before they did like their the slip covers, like Vinegar Syndrome are famous for their slip covers. So what they're going to be doing is they're going to be actually selling slip covers, brand new slip covers of films that came out previously, and you'll be able to buy the slip cover for them for a movie you already have. Free shipping to Canada, nice, isn't it? That's actually that was a great video idea, actually. I don't have the Wacko slip. It looks really nice. Obviously I got, mine was sent to me, and by my good friend, like Brian from Just to This podcast, and I was kind of like, so as more of a review like copy. You just missed the slipcover, but all the features and that are there. So I've actually gotten through most of them now to that I have to do a review. Yeah, I've seen The Judge's Dread with Sly Stallone, but I prefer the I prefer the the Urban one. He's just so cool. Oh, thanks for coming in, 13th Wolfman. I need to talk about anything that's not on here. Always hit me up. Like, do you have me on Facebook? If you don't, you can always. If you don't, I'm not sure if you use Facebook. Hit me up through my. You know my email too. I'm sorry to hear that, hoax. Perfect. Have my email and. Your favorite is the Stallone one? I used to read the comics before, and Urban just, and the 3D was just so well done for that. I'll stay quiet for a second. Favorite classic actors? Good idea, actually. Just to let you know, you've got every good. Oh, nice. Not me. Like I got a few of the. I used to have a few, like the 2080 ones, but don't have a lot of them now. 2000. But what's coming up on the channel? Just to let you guys know, because I'm probably going to end the video soon. It's later here. Like to let you guys know what time it is here. It's like 3:38. But do I think Severin? I don't think Severin's overrated at all. Because Severin, if anything, Severin's a company that's really has kind of flown under the radar for quite a while. You'll hear people talk about Synapse and Arrow and Scream Factory, but you don't normally hear a lot about Severin. Recently, you have more because they put out some really neat stuff. But they worked hard, I guess, to get their name out there. They've been around for a while, and they're just now like getting known, really. You're going to get a lot of Charles Bronson love on this channel. Well, I'll tell you that right now. I'm a huge Charles Bronson fan. But no, I don't think Severin's overrated. I think if anything, Severin's a company that's been flying low for a while and kind of deserves the cred that it gets right now. If I had to think of a company that I would consider overrated, it's, and it is a relative term, and I don't want to piss anybody off that may it's a company that I collect, actually. One of the companies I don't collect very much of their stuff, but if these have something that interests me, I will grab it, and that's Code Red. That would be something among collectors, which I think is more of an overrated company. Basically because I really don't like the you cannot hate Berlangus. But yeah, companies that are with some iffy business practices. Obviously, oh, we're talking about Dark Force Entry. Okay, let's talk Force Entry. Dark Force is a company that works a lot in conjunction with Code Red. Dark Force has been pretty much known, and you know, this isn't like new. This is not me just saying it. We're being kind of sketchy. Actually, I like Alpha Video. They do put out some. Their quality is hit or miss, but at least with Alpha Video, you know what you're getting. I'm not sure if you're aware of the whole debacle going on right now, Tuber Glover, about Force Entry. And basically it was that the company that put it at Dark Force said that, you know, put out a big release about it. It was an 88-minute film. And it was, you know, it's going to be... Blu-ray fans can be pretty anal, but this time I'll agree. Now I'm the person that I'm pretty lax when it comes to that type of stuff. And I'm guessing you were on the Blu-ray.com forum, right? Because that's where you read this where you read about this stuff at, and it's awesome to just read through. But no, Dark Force pretty much lied about the film. And whether it was through just not doing their homework, or just like kind of like pure ignorance behind it, I heard that they weren't actually, Jesse. I'm actually surprised because they actually came out and said they weren't going to put that. Well, unless they got a different cut of it. But Dark Force said that they had the 88-minute cut of it. They didn't. They had a 75-minute cut, which is a really cut down like version of the film, then to, I guess, to sort of save face. And you know, I don't know the guys from Dark Force, so you know, I'm just going on second or third hand stuff. I haven't seen that. I haven't watched it yet. I got to watch that one actually when my better half actually has time to watch with me, because that's one that we want to watch together because we both like that stuff. In order to save face, anyway, Dark Force, they went and said that, okay, so this movie had to be put out this way because it was a version that was given to him by the director who was in an old age home and is dying or something like that, which was really tasteless, to say the least. So it left a bad taste in me. This is the second or third time Dark Force has done something that have kind of like left a bad taste in my mouth. The last times when they kind of like, you know, said, yes, get this movie and you can, there's only a few of these and you'll be able to like sell it on eBay for like really expensive. And then some people said, well, that was just a joke and it didn't come out that way. It came out wrong. So if you're a fan of Dark Force, I'm sorry, but I find them kind of sketchy, super sketchy myself. But who knows? Maybe one of these days, want the guy from Dark Force to come on here and he'll be able to like straighten me out. I wouldn't mind that. Hey, cool, Blue. Well, nowadays you just PVR it, dude. That's you know, I'm guessing if you got like, I just, you know, set the timer on my thing and I'll watch it like when I later, like TCM basically. You just go through the guide and you hit the PVR. That's what I do. And if you got like one of the updated like services that actually lets you kind of PVR on there as well, it's actually not bad. I just realized I got to put back all these movies and it's like 3:30 in the morning. Yeah, they didn't say, that's the other thing. They didn't say there was going to be any, my VCR is right, like literally facing me right now. So yeah, I do actually. I come down here a lot. I actually, where I recently got the movie from Satellite Shot, their Dismembering Christmas. I got the DVD edition and the limited edition VHS, so I'm actually kind of stoked to actually put a new VHS tape into my old VCR player and just watch it here on the old CRT TV. Should be kind of cool, actually. I'll dive into the whole Slasher Studios thing, which I will do a video about after I watch all three of the films. that they put out. VHS DVD combos. Those are really good. I'd say just look around at your Split Second Coming to Blue. Split Second. Hold on. Because I'm just thinking. So this one with Rutger Hauer. This one is on blue. Yep, they did. It's right here. I'm not sure who's oh, NVIDIA is releasing this. NVIDIA will have some great features on it, so I would probably buy it again for an NVIDIA release. I've got the Double Dragon release from 101 Films. Love this release. Totally going to buy the NVIDIA release of that one, by the way. And the reason is it's got a ton of features on it. Plus it has the pilot for the cartoon Double Dragon on there as well, at least the first episode. Maybe the first 2 episodes. Whew. Anyway. They're always putting on some new sales recently, and you can get some really good stuff there, and some cult ones for decent price, especially if you want to dive in. And cause actually, 80 Films are putting out Pets, which is put out by Vinegar Syndrome, but they're also putting out an Anaconda box set. And some people were like ragged on them about the Anaconda box set, which really kind of peeved me off, to be honest with you. Grails in the Quad Dead Zone. That for a long time that was like, was that one like the holy grails of VHS collecting? But it's okay to put out like a movie that's kind of semi-pop. That's the series is kind of popular. That is going to get in the casuals because you have it. Nice. Because basically the Anaconda box set is going to pay for some of the stuff, basically that the stuff that you might want that's not like readily available for their Italian or their Asian stuff. Did they really? I love Massacre Video. I only got one of their releases. Right, I got Fiend, which was so awesome. I sat down and watched Fiend with my better half. We loved it. We just like we've got like the Astro, whatever that one is, the space one too, by Don Dohler. But yeah, get Fiend too. By the way, if you haven't got Fiend, which I guess you do. Yeah, there's a sequel to The Birds. It was like a TV sequel. It was on like a kind of straight to Showcase or something like that. Not a great film. Like, I'm just gonna put that out there. Birds 2, not a great film. You get the same type of fun from maybe Birdemic, I'd say, but in a different way. Maybe kind of a different way, because Birdemic, a lot of fun to be had with Birdemic. Anyway, I am getting tired, and I got a lot of movies to put back. Actually, no, they're two separate companies. AGFA is American Genre Film Archives. They do like remastering for other companies as well, but lately they've been putting out a lot of their own stuff. And I do recommend... Okay, I was about to leave, but I need to hear what movie made Sasha speechless. So, what movie has made you speechless? The Room waits with bated breath. See, this is my... Hey, but Bill Hader said Salo's the perfect date movie. If you don't watch Criterion Closet, you gotta watch it. Made you a better person. Oh yeah, I'm totally serious. Actually, they're putting it a 4-pack, and it really looks sexy too. Like the look of the box set. You're gonna like it. Just look it up online. We're all waiting to hear what Sasha's like movie is. Birds 2 is a movie that should never have been made, but it is. How many anacondas? There's 4 of them, as far as I know. The third one and the fourth one are August. Yeah, that'll. Do you know what my serious go-to date movie was? And it was mentioned here earlier on tonight. It was Grease 2. Blind Spotting. I don't know if I've seen Blind Spotting, actually. I don't think I have. I don't think I've seen Blind Spotting. But yeah, last thing, little neat thing to know about me. Grease 2 was my go-to date film. I would watch Grease 2 with somebody that I, if I like them, and if they like Grease 2, that was a good sign. Or if they at least tolerated me watching Grease 2, that was always a good sign. And as everybody looks to be going as well, I guess it's time for me to get my movies put away so I can actually get some sleep tonight. Talk to you guys later. Have a great evening, and I am Aaron. I'm sorry guys, I'm actually super tired. But you guys are the movie club. You guys rock. I don't even know if I can finish my tea tonight. It's kind of time for tea, but I think it's time for sleep. Have a good one, guys. I'll definitely check out Blind Spotting, and talk to you soon. Hang with the homebody. Right on. 5 anacondas. Yeah.